Hi everyone, Exeter Rider. Thanks for coming along to another live stream. I've got the normal crew tonight: Noob Biker, Saddlebag 73, Western Super Motor Vlog, and Adam will be coming in a bit later as well once he puts his kiddies to bed and all the rest of it. So yeah, thanks for coming along. Who we got in here? Simon Gilbert, Lip Gloss Helmets and him. Hi guys, how you doing? You all right? Oh, Epic Adam, it's going to be late. That's okay, no problem. Just doing your makeup. Well, yeah, you need plenty of that, mate. Andy GSA, the old man from Australia. Thanks for coming along, old man. Jim Sadler, Ash Tech UK. Hello, mate. How you doing? Phil Green, you're here. That's great to have you here again. Thank you for coming along once again. Aisha Wright, we'll be catching up with you in a minute. Yeah, so it's, we've got 37 people on. That's fantastic. So last time I didn't put the message out too well, and not many people knew about the live show. So I'm hoping that this is going to be okay this time. Looks pretty good. Pooley, Ken Brooks, hello. JJ1050, hello, mate. And who else have we got? Probably, yeah, Paul Clark, hello. Right, so tonight we have a lady vlogger on for a change. I thought that would make a nice change. And we're going to be hearing about her history and how she got into biking and the reasons for it. And yeah, and a few other people as well. So all good. I'm going to bring the lads straight in tonight without no intro. So hello, Phil.
Hello.
Hello, Saddle.
Hey.
And not forgetting New Biker. How you doing, lads?
All good. All good.
Had a good week?
Better now.
Wet.
I bet Noob's on the whiskey again, is he?
You know me too well.
Also, yeah. So we're going to go straight in today. We'll bring
It's
our
been a
special
slow week.
guest in.
First week of the year.
Hello, Aisha.
Hello. Hey.
This is Aisha from Aisha Rides on YouTube. And how long you been riding for, Aisha?
I've been riding for just over 2 years, like almost 2.5 years now. So yeah, not very long.
Yeah, it's all right. How did it all start then?
I don't really know.
From when you were a kid, did you like bikes when you were a kid?
Not really, no. Like I have a cousin who's always been into bikes. So I guess it was kind of in my life, but no, I wasn't really that into it. Yeah, I'm not sure why I wanted to get, but I think I was just bored, and I thought I'll get a motorbike. I had a friend who was really into it, and she was like, just do your CBT and see how it goes. And I thought, yeah, great. So I booked the CBT, and then before that, I'd already bought a bike and gear and everything. So I was like committed before I'd even done the CBT. It's good. It's been a good couple of years. I'm glad I got into it. Yeah, not quite sure what possessed me, but I'm glad it did.
Yeah, and you're in the IAM, aren't you? Same as Noob?
Yeah, same group actually. Yeah, I've been doing that for about a year. I need to take my test. I'm hoping to do that in the next couple months. Yeah, that's been really, really good training. I found that I was on a CBT for a year, and now I did my A2 license, and the training for that really knocked my confidence. It sort of made me realize how much I didn't know about riding. So after I passed that, I was like, yeah, I'll go do some further trainings. But yeah, I'm glad I did. That was a really good move, I think.
How long does it take to do a big test then? Your big IAM test? Does it have to be a year? Does it or?
No, I think it's just whenever you're ready. So our group does like a 5 ride course, 1 ride every 2 weeks, and at the end of that, you can either do like some more like ad hoc observed rides, or you can just if you're ready to go for your test, you can just go for it. But yeah, I think you get some people come through who they've been riding for quite a long time, so by the end of the course, they're ready to go for the test.
Yeah.
But yeah, Noob, I don't know if you know. I think it takes most people like 6 months or so.
Group.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, I was going to say it varies a lot from group to group because it's delivered by local groups that are their own independent charity. The material is the same, but the way of delivering is very different. The one that we are in, East London, is one of the, I think, if not the first and the second group in the whole country, and they've always been delivering a certain way. There are other groups where basically you turn up and you get allocated an observer straight away. There are others where you spot luck and you get different people. I mean, you've seen username Kate has put out a series of videos where she did hers and she got different observers throughout the thing. and then different people develop at different speeds. So some are ready by the fifth ride. The fifth ride is like an assessment, and they'll say, okay, all right, either you're ready for test, or you just need to polish a little bit, or we'll get you allocated an observer, and you go ride, go do a few more sessions, and then you'll be ready. Or we say, look, go away, practice the stuff for like 3 months, and then come back, and then we'll see where you are.
Yeah. Do you ever get any cocky ones as well?
But it's
Do you ever get any cocky people who come in and know it all? Or are they not generally pretty pliable?
again, this is huge variety of life, right? You get different people.
Yeah.
Most of them, I think, most people who come to see that, some people like they come and they'll say, "Oh, my wife bought it for me because she thought I needed to do it," and you know straight away that they're not really into it. They're just doing it because somebody else bought it for them, and you kind of know, okay, that's going to be you're not really into it. But most
What
people
sort of time
want
commitment do you
to
need,
get the
Lou?
feedback, and they want to have the discussion. So
Phil?
Yeah, what sort of time commitment do you need?
again, depending on for our group, for example. So once we start the course, there's 5 organized rides every 2 weeks, depending on whether you're on a Saturday course or a Sunday course. So every other Saturday or every other Sunday, you'd be expected to meet everybody, and then you go out with an observer, do a ride, get some feedback, and then you'd be expected to maybe practice a certain aspect of it before you come to the next one. But a lot of people miss some sessions, or miss some of the theory, or miss like the machine control day that we do. So it's very flexible. So if you have clashes and you have other commitments, we can accommodate that. The most important thing for us is that you're comfortable when you're doing it at your own pace, and that you are practicing it and getting better.
And I guess you've done your big test, have you, Noob?
Well, the standard answer is it depends.
Right.
There's always a bigger test, a badder test.
Oh, I see. So it's an ongoing thing. It's not just one test and you've got your ticket and off you go.
Yeah, so
Right.
I think, I'm not sure how ROSPA works. And the IAM, they have like the standard one, and then they have like the masters, the fellows. It just gets like harder and harder, depending on how far you want to take it. Yeah.
Thing is that with the IAM and ROSPA, I think a lot of people look at it as being really stuffy and sort of, oh, hello, we've got to do the speed limit and all this. It's not like that, though, is it? It's a very social thing as well. And I think a lot of people miss that, don't they?
Yeah,
Do you
that's
like
like
Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the impression that I
just
had before I joined was that it would be a lot. I thought, I don't know, I thought everyone was kind of like a wannabe police officer, thinking that they kind of know everything. But yeah, they're not. It's a very diverse group, which is kind of unexpected, I think, like diverse in different opinions and different abilities. Yeah, it's good. It's a good bunch of people, and the social aspect is quite strong as well.
Yes, yeah, that's important, isn't it, to have a bit of a social banter as well. Where did you start out then, Aisha? What bikes did you have?
I started out on a little CBF 125, which I quite like that bike, but it wasn't really. Yeah, that's such a cool picture. Yeah, I started out on that bike. I really liked it, but it just wasn't, like, physically, it wasn't right for me. Even though, like, it's not a very heavy bike and it's not a very big bike, but I just found it, like, the seats quite wide. So I was never really like 100% comfortable on it. It was good. Yeah, I rode it for a year. I sold it for the same price that I paid for it, so that was quite nice.
So you bought that second hand, did you?
Yeah, I bought it second hand. It was I think it was a 2013. So it was like 6-7 years old by the time I got to it. But yeah, it was fine. It was actually in really good condition for what it was. It was in slightly worse condition.
How loud was that pipe?
But that's fine. What's that?
How loud was that pipe?
Again. How light?
How loud was the pipe?
Oh, how
Slaughter
loud!
bike.
It actually not bad, not bad. It was like maybe like 1.5 times stock, so like not terrible. But I did take it off. I had it on for about 3 months and then I got sick of it, so I did take it off eventually. But yeah, it was fun. I think if I could go back in time, I'd get a longer can because it did get kind of annoying.
I must admit, with my Black Widow, get your words out, my Black Widow on my NC, I wouldn't change it, and it's brilliant around town. But if I'm going out for longer stretches over Dartmoor and places where I've got prolonged acceleration, it does start to do my head in a bit. It does start to get a bit boring, a bit wearing, and I kind of think I might go back to stock. If I ever done a really long trip on it, then I'd probably put the stock one back again. I think it does get a bit boring.
Yeah, it does. Especially like if you're going like abroad and stuff as well. Different countries have different rules. A lot of people who do like round the world trips, they just stick the stock one back on. It's just a little bit easier to deal with.
Yeah, places like Germany, they're getting pretty red hot on it now. Yeah. What happened after that then? What other bikes did you go have?
I had a Rebel 500 for like 3 weeks. But yeah, that was a bit of a mess, that bike. Yeah. So I bought it and I think it was 2 years old when I bought it, but it only had like 300 miles on it. So I take it like someone bought it and just didn't like it or something.
Right.
But I think they'd probably crashed it because it had so many problems with it. It had like leaking seals, it had indicators that didn't work, it had bars that were rattling. It was just like, eventually it just stopped. It just switched off as I was riding it, and I thought, oh, this is a bit of a mess. So I gave
that's unusual for a Honda, though, isn't it? To have that amount.
I think every problem that it had was like somebody had done something dodgy to it. Like it didn't come out the factory like that.
No.
So I take it somebody had done something to it and sort of put it back together and sold it while they could. Yeah, that was a bit of a shame. But yeah, then I got my Z400, which I'm in love with. Actually in love with. It's a great bike.
How long have you had that one for?
I think I bought it in July 21, but then I didn't pass my test until October, so I've been riding it for about a year as well.
Oh yeah. But
yeah, it's a great bike. Wouldn't swap it for anything really.
Yeah, and you're going to keep that one for the foreseeable?
Yeah, I think at least for a couple of years. There's no bigger bike that really like excites me. Like I do a lot of city riding, a lot of commuting and stuff. So it's like just the idea of something heavier and just more sort of like something less nimble. It doesn't really excite me that much. But yeah, I can do my full license in the summer, so I'm gonna do that basically as soon as I can. But yeah, there's no other bike that really excites me at the minute.
Right. So
unless this ZX4R turns out to be a real thing, then maybe that.
Yeah. So what about your dream garage? And there's nothing in there at the moment apart from your 400.
A Grom. I'd love a Grom.
Oh really? I had a Grom. Yeah.
I'd like to learn how to wheelie a Grom and smash it up a little bit.
It's easy.
I don't want to buy one that's too expensive because I'm going to break it. But I do want to buy one and break one.
Yeah, I had a Mark 1 Grom and they looked really nice then. But 2016 they brought out the Mark 2. And it's bloody horrible, to be honest with you, because the seat was so far forward and it really shoved you up against the tank. And I think they ruined it really. But they've got the new one out now, haven't they? The 2022.
Yeah, I think they've got 5 gears, the new ones as well.
They have, yeah. Same as the Monkey's got 5 gears now.
Oh, is it the same engine, the Grom and the Monkey?
Same engine, yeah. Same engine as in the Cub as well, actually. Yeah, so just different gearboxes, basically, obviously. But yeah, I'd like a Grom again, but yeah, I'd see how it goes. I'd rather have a monkey bike go. I'm a monkey bike fan.
I don't find it too comfortable. I think it was like the wide seat.
How many like little 125s can the manufacturer have? I mean, the Honda is just going nuts on this.
They're very popular.
Don't they have like the Monkey, the MSX, the what is it called? The Vid or Div or whatever it's called?
Oh, not with you now.
That was like there's another one that's got like a double seat. That's also a 125, a small 125.
Oh, the DAX.
DAX, that's it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's something just come out, isn't it? Literally, I'm meant to be getting one of them soon.
Is this something they've just announced?
Yeah, so Honda DAX. It was, I think the first came out in about 1989, from my memory.
Right. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm just having a look now. That looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a 2-seater bike, and basically the tank is built within the frame. You guys, Phil and Saddle, do you remember the Honda Dax back in the 90s?
Oh no, I don't. No,
You know,
No, not me.
no.
you might recognize it if you saw it. It's not.
I'm a
your
lot
type of
younger than I
bike,
look.
so- Yeah, of course. But yeah, I think it was 1989 they got released, but I think they had them they had a ST70 back in the early 80s as well. But yeah, it comes out as a 125 format now. Same engine as the.
I only heard about it. I only
the
heard
Cup.
about it today. I was watching. There's a massive delay from my voice. I think I only heard about it this morning. I was watching a video from Craggy Lynn about it, talking about that versus the whatever the other one is, like the postie bike that they're launching everywhere else but not bringing to the UK.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's why I was gonna start looking at it, and I'm going like, how many tiny compact small 125s can one manufacturer have when nobody else is doing this?
Yeah.
I think Kawasaki have the Z125 Pro or whatever it's called, but it's not in the UK. I know it's in the US. I don't know if it's in Europe.
Yeah,
that looks
they never
like
brought it
basically
out, did they?
a Kawasaki
Yeah.
Grom. That looks pretty cool.
It was the same thing, yeah.
Did Benelli make a small bike?
Yeah, you're right. TNT.
TNT, I think.
Yeah. Again, quite uncomfortable. Fun little bike actually to trash around, but it's a tad. I mean, for taller people, forget it. I mean, if you got on that saddle, you don't want to get off within seconds because it shoves you right up against the tank again. But it's a fun little bike. You know, I'm a little bike fan. I do enjoy the little bikes myself. But yeah, like you're right though, Neve. They do seem to have a lot of 125s now, don't they, Honda? But then again, you think about it, it does make sense, doesn't it? Because they're going to corner that market then. Whereas the other brands, even Kawasaki, I think they're quite limited in what they sell 125 wise.
Yeah, but they're cannibalizing themselves. They got the Monkey, the MSX, the Super Cub, the Dax. That's only in the UK, right?
Yeah.
So if you say, "Oh, I want to get a really small 125," now you're only going to get one of those, unless you want to have the full collection. The full hand on top trump, all four of them. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then they got the CB 125 still, haven't they? CBF.
Yeah, that's the new version of the one I had, the CB125F they've got now.
I think that's made in China as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to say the problem with these bikes is that they're kind of put together a little bit cheaply. So I remember like doing my training for my license and then getting back on the 125 and realizing that the brakes didn't really break, which is a little bit scary. Yeah, they're not built to last. I think they don't last generally. If they're, you get like learners bash them about and then get rid of them after a little while. They're kind of built to that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think most kids as well, they tend to own these bikes and not put a cover on them, don't they? And then they're just left out in the rain all the time. They thrash them to bits and do jumps on them and, all that fun stuff, which we all done. Well, I certainly did. I expect Phil and Saddle did as well. Just racing around the field and do silly things on them. And then they're bound not to last so long, aren't they? But what was your first bike again, Saddle? I can't remember what did you have a 125?
Yeah, first road bike was a DT 125 YPVS.
Of course it was. I remember now. And you, Phil?
My first bike was a Suzuki RG 125, which I thought I was Kevin Schwantz on.
Yeah.
So that's showing my age.
Yeah. Yeah. Good old days of biking, eh?
2 strokes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
2 strokes all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny when you see a 2-stroke on YouTube or whatever now, and it brings it all back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Remember that bit where you say, "Oh, you wait to get to the power band," and then off it goes, and it's just so exciting when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Well, I say kid, teenager. Yeah. So, do you ride with any other females, Aisha?
Yeah, I ride with a few. Not loads though. Not like I'm quite picky with who I ride with. Just because I like to show off, and I think it's probably best not to try and do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like usually like these big meets, these big rides, I don't usually go on. I was riding with a London-based women's group, maybe like last year, but again, it's just like just the excitement of these big groups just gets to me, and it's like, oh, I'd rather not. But yeah, I missed there was the world's biggest female bike meet. Was it last year sometime at Triumph?
Oh yeah, rings a bell. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't go to that. Can't remember why. Yeah, that looked pretty cool. I should have gone. I think I might be injured actually.
Big bike meets are funny things, though, aren't they? Because you don't really know what to expect. You know, it's a lot of bikes to. You know, things can easily go wrong, can't they, in a big group?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Did you have some questions, Noob, as well? Oh, is that your road bike, is it? Oh, look at that.
Yeah. They look so cool.
Class. Yeah.
You do get some cool looking bikes now, but they don't look as cool as anything you see, you know, from back then.
No.
Back in the 60s, Phil?
Well, Andy GSA tractor
MT50
MT50 with a 75 bore kit. I bet that made a big difference, Andy. German Jobbies, AR80. Who else have we got here? Oh, hello, there's one. Look, BSA C15. That's going back some.
Ooh.
What was the C15 then? A 250?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. Might have even been 100. What was it, Paul? Was it a 250, 100, or what was it? Let us know. Bandit Man, yes, we know you do, mate.
She outrides him. Did you see her in Tenerife?
You watched the Tenerife one as well, have you?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, it's brilliant.
He rides with Carol.
Where Carol goes off ahead, and he's trying to catch up.
Yeah, he can't keep up.
Oh, is he?
Her.
Oh, no way.
Brilliant video.
Yeah. She's a good rider, though. She's really smooth, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
really smooth. You can tell she's got, she's quite a good rider. Oh, yeah, 250. Yeah, C15. Oh, there you go. Yes, 250 single. Yeah. Right, where's Adam to anyway? He's disappeared tonight, isn't he? Hopefully
I just make a point while you're talking about Adam. He put a comment in the chat, and just for clarity, I didn't jump him in the toilets at Western train station. In my defence, it was dark, and he does sound like a girl sometimes. So just putting that out there, okay?
When was this?
He's just put a comment on there. I think it's when I met him at the train station when he went for the beach race.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. I'll be popping in at some point. There you go. Adam says, who's your favourite motor vlogger?
Ooh, good question. Good question.
Which one of us?
I like you all. I like you all the same. You know, I don't watch a lot of I do watch YouTube. I don't watch a lot of like traditional motor vlogs. Who do I like? Let me see. Who am I subscribed to?
Yeah, see what's on the list.
Let's see. Actually, there's a channel that I found recently. The guy is called, I think it's called Biking Travels. Let me see, where is it?
Whilst you're on that, actually, Saddle, you mentioned about Uncle Longbeard. I had a quick look at that tonight. That's a good channel, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, quality.
There's some really good editing in it. I mean, I literally just looked at one video, skimmed through it, but I thought I'm going to look into that a bit more.
Yeah, good content. The filming, the editing, the music, colouring. Yeah, he does it all.
Yeah. I see that Old Wild and Free has put his last video up for a while now. I'm going to miss watching them.
Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it?
But,
he's off to Morocco, or they're off to Morocco, so I think there'll be some good adventures from that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. Exeter Rider, yeah. Thanks, mate.
Uncle Red says no pressure. Uncle Red, yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But yeah, I found this guy's channel fairly recently, and he's pretty. He did like a 6-week tour around Europe, and then he did a little tour around the UK as well. But his videos are just like really simple and really
Mark Travels.
So it's been quite good. His name's Biking Travels.
Guy.
Mark, yeah, you were telling me he's the
There was
one doing the electric touring, isn't he?
I was going to say he's got electric, isn't he?
Yeah.
Travels.
Mark Travels, the German guy with a New Zealand girlfriend, and now she's in a Jeep and he's in his electric bike. Yeah, he's really good. He does
Very good channel.
a fantastic work with the sort of frequency of updates and stuff. Really good.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah. Phil,
Yeah,
while
he's
I
on the
remember,
electric bike now, so we can't watch him.
You can't go very far, can he? Phil, your daughter was going to start learning to ride, wasn't she? Is that still going to be? Is that like going to happen, or is it on the back burner?
Yeah, I mean, again, giving away my age, she's going to be 21 this year. Now she's no interest in bikes apparently up until the last sort of 12 months. Wouldn't get on the back of a bike, didn't really want to look at bikes. Then I bought the Sportster, obviously with the security of the backrest on it, and she went on the bike, and now she's comfortable with it, she's happy with it. And we talked about her getting a moped for her 21st, so and she's up for it, and she quite likes the idea of it. I'm not sure whether she's going to stick with a moped or whether she's then going to look to increase or improve onto a full-size bike with a full license, but that'll be her choice and sort of her timescale. But no, that's the plan anyway. That's the plan.
Yeah. Oh, excellent.
That's
What's
a rally
that,
wisp. That's a rally wisp. Grey Wolf said he had a rally wisp.
Oh, really?
I love that. I love that.
Beautiful.
That is hilarious. That's the sort of thing Adam would buy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jamie,
I thought Riley
hello, mate. I
did
noticed
push
you
bikes.
on JJ1050. Just had hernia surgery off for 4 weeks. Do a video every day for the next 4 weeks. The video will be rubbish, mate. I struggle with 1 week, let alone every day. Get well soon, though, mate. I know you've had a bit of a run of it at the moment. Saddle, that's who we met at Bridge that time.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Yeah, Jamie and Sammy. Yeah, good.
Yeah, nice guy.
People. Yeah, lovely people. Yeah. Had a bit of a run of it at the moment. But,
Jamie, so you don't get bored. You can watch my dad jokes videos one every day, and that will cover for 25 days.
Yeah, that will get him laughing.
Actually, don't watch that. It might make you grow, but it might hurt your hernia.
How come you got into YouTube then, Aisha? What started that?
So I think I started my YouTube channel about 4 or 5 months after I've been riding. So yeah, it hadn't been long. I think originally I wanted to do like a video diary kind of thing. Like I wasn't expecting anyone to watch them. I just wanted to be able to look back on videos that I'd uploaded like a year ago and laugh at my crappy riding from a year ago, which is cool. But then it kind of just the way the videos kind of came out as like tips and tricks and like things that I'd learned. I'd make a video like 10 tips on this or whatever. And then, yeah, it sort of just ended up being like a beginner information hub, which is cool. So, yeah, but I was super nervous to start the YouTube channel. And I thought, well, I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I'm glad I did. Yeah,
it's a big thing, isn't it? Putting yourself out there.
It is, yeah.
I mean, I know people that want to do it, but won't do it because they're such perfectionists. And I said, you just got to let that go because you've got to start out crap. You know, to slowly get better. You know, it's not an instant thing. No one's born to do this, are they?
Yeah, exactly. You've just got to do it. Like if you saw any of our videos, oldest to newest, and watch the first ones, they're probably all awful. But like that's just how you learn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just have to put something out.
And it's good fun.
Very similar to you, Isa. Sorry, that it's a video diary for myself. And I've said in many videos in the past that there'll be a time in my life where I can't even remember my own name, let alone somebody else's. But I'll have that opportunity to look back on a video diary. I've always been one of these people that have always thought I'd be great to write my own diary, keep a diary, but usually by January the 3rd, I've given up, so I'm bored of writing it. But this with a video diary, doing something that I enjoy, it's that history of your own life that you know, it's I mean, do you know what? I read something the other day, and it was on I don't know if it was a T-shirt or something, but it was really good. And it was in 50 years' time, my grandchildren won't know what my bank balance was or what job I did, but they'll always know that I rode a motorbike. And I thought it was really good because it's the sort of thing that you talk about. Oh, your granddad used to ride a motorbike and stuff like that. So just having a video diary of it, I think, is important for your own sake and your own sort of knowledge and memory.
Yeah,
exactly. I also just find the process of like filming and editing videos just really fun. It's just enjoyable to do. I remember like since I was a kid, my dad had a really old camcorder that I used to play with, and he had like some old editing software that I used to like chop all the clips up, and it was really fun. I just like the process. It's quite enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, me and Saddle were talking a little while ago when we met up, and we were saying it's a bit like fishing, because you make a video, you think, oh, it's going to be good, and quite often that's when it isn't good, and you think you make a crap one, and it does really well. So it's always interesting to see what works and what doesn't, and it's a constant learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's difficult when you make a video that you're really excited about and your audience like doesn't respond that well. Like I've made a motocross video from when I did the motocross day, and like I found it really exciting, but I guess a lot of people just don't watch it. It's still fun to make them, but yes, like you say, it's interesting to see what people respond to and what they don't.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit like my Angel Steps one that me and Saddle went on. I mean, I thought that was quite a good video. Looking back on it again, I thought it was really good actually, but hasn't even got 1,000 views. You know, it's just, and you kind of think, well, part of me thinks, what's the point in spending all day editing a video and then putting it out? But I think often people will look back on it, and if you do a run of good videos, they might think, well, I'll just try this video, see what it's like, and then they enjoy it after the event, so to speak. But like I say, it's a good diary.
Yeah. On the flip side, sometimes you put something out that you think like, oh, I'm not super proud of this, but it does really well. It's like, oh, great. Yeah. Actually, people like that.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. How long have we all been going then? Because I started mine in 2018. When did you start yours, Noob?
I think I really started it 2020 after I bought the Z1000 in March, and then lockdown immediately happened. And then right after lockdown, I think that's when I really started. I was just on a ride out to Lavenham. I was unemployed at the time, and so after fixing all the things that need to be fixed around the house and building a workbench and etc., they was like, "What am I going to do next? I'm going to go out, do some videos and stuff." That's when it really started.
Yeah.
But then I didn't actually want to speak to the camera because I really don't like the way that my voice sounds.
Yeah. But you soon get over that, don't you? Oh, hello?
Yeah, I don't care anymore. I still don't like the way my voice sounds. Exactly. I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't think anyone likes the way that their voice sounds at the end of the day, but you just got to kind of get over that, haven't you? And I think that's part of it. I think it kind of drills you just not to really care and just to get on with things and just doing it, just enjoy it, basically.
Yeah, it feels really unnatural.
But it's funny though, I get so many comments from people that said they really like the way that my voice comes across on the video, like calming, etc. And I'm like, really? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not only that, you speak better English than most people that I know over here, even though it's your second language.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Your spelling's better than Exeter Riders as well.
Oh God,
that's very kind.
So is vocabulary.
Every time Noob writes a text, I have to go onto Google and find out what the words mean. How did you? Have you had any spills or anything, Aisha?
Me, I've dropped my bike, my 125. I dropped it maybe like 10-15 times. It took me a long time to kind of learn how to not drop it. So that was fun. But yeah, I had a little spill earlier last year, around May, something like that. I was my U-turns are crap, and I was doing a U-turn, and it was on this super wide country lane, and there was all like mud at the side of the road, and I hit that mud and kind of fishtailed and slipped out. But yeah, luckily I was fine, apart from my I broke a fingertip. Broke this fingertip, so it looks kind of weird now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than that, it was okay. Noob
and that's when Noob gave you put your pillion, didn't he? On the
give me a lift 300 miles home or whatever it was.
So how did you get the bike back?
I got a friend had a van. He went and picked it up. I called the AA at first, and they quoted me something like £700. I thought, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, so it's mental, isn't it?
Got him to go get it for me, which was quite nice. But yeah, it was. I was quite surprised with like the amount of people that I didn't really know that well, all like kind of came to help me, which was really nice. Either with the bike or with my injuries or everything. So quite a nice little community moment. Yeah.
I've got the video of your near miss as well. Shall I play
That's
that
a fun one. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lucky.
Yeah, it was lucky. I misread the corner and I thought I was going into a left-hand bend, so set myself up for a left-hand bend and then realized that it wasn't a left-hand bend. So kind of had to, that was fun. But yeah, held it back. It's funny, like I was saying that loads of people are like, oh, good save, you did really well. Like, I didn't do anything. I just held on. I just held on and got lucky. So,
but I think I can see why they say that, because a lot of people would just go, like that, and not, you held it, didn't you? You held it in place and thought, I've got to kick it back in again.
Yeah.
So it was a good save. I still class it as a good save.
It's a weird feeling, right when you know, or you think you're about to crash. It's like I just got to let it happen. Like there's nothing I could do at this point.
Happens too quick for me. It's just gone.
Yeah.
I'm not going there, so I don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
Well, that was the question I was going to ask, because I've heard you talking about having dropped your bike a few times, Aisha, and obviously we've heard from you as well, that about you dropping your bike. I was wondering. I know I've dropped mine a few times. One of my videos is I was doing U-turn practices and I stalled and dropped. So I've already dropped my bike once. I was wondering who's dropped their bike the most times out of the group.
You guys have more years on me, but I am really crap, so probably still me.
and we can't. This is going to be on road, not off road, as well, because off road.
Yeah, we'll say road drops.
Yeah, I've done. There's one which I haven't told people about. It was a long time ago, before I knew you lot. Anyway, I think it's 3 times. Believe it or not, I didn't drop a bike until probably 2 or 3 years ago. When I hit the ice. That's the first time I dropped a bike. And I've been riding since 2005. So I've dropped them in fields. I've gone down too fast down a field and the front's locked up and I've nearly gone into the hedge, which is hilarious. But yeah. How about you guys? Saddle? I bet you got to it. You must have had some good ones, didn't you?
No, I came off once on my DT 125 in a country lane. The bike, it was on knobblies, and I just went too fast into town, and I bounced off the hedge. That's the only time I've come off on the road. I dropped my GPZ 900 in a car park because I left the disc lock on.
Yeah,
and that's it, really. Apart from fields when I was a kid.
Yeah. Phil, you had the big one, didn't you?
I did have a big one. Yeah, I dropped my TDR 125, which is one of those moments where you think the side stands down and it's not. So that sort of landed on my leg. Luckily, my leg took the impact and didn't damage the bike. I had a stupid one where I was pulling away from work and it was really damp and... Hello, sorry?
Yeah,
sorry, Adam. Hello, mate.
I've been here for like 40 minutes waiting.
No,
well done, Exeter.
Got rid of him.
Waiting in the toilets at Western train station.
Yeah.
I got a stupid one where it was a bit damp and I pulled away from work and it must have been just on the cusp of, in the good old days where we had fuel taps rather than fuel gauges, just on the cusp of sort of going into reserve, and I sort of accelerated and it coughed and spluttered, so I give it a bit more, thinking it was just a case of a cold engine, and it sort of grabbed some fuel, lit the back wheel up and spun me off. So that was a low speed one, and then I had the big one where I wrote my TRX 850 off, which was all my fault from start to finish. So we had three in total.
Yeah. Nick, when you dropped yours, did you damage to the bike at all? You dropped your Z1000, didn't you? Did you scratch the fairings or anything?
Me?
It's quite a delay, isn't there? Yeah. I know London's a long
Yeah,
way
there's a
away,
big
but I
delay.
didn't think it was that far
So-
away.
Yeah. I've dropped every single bike I've owned. So first of all, I dropped one at the end of my mod 1, like the first mod 1 I did. I had done all the exercises, and then the guy says, "Your test is over, please get out and park." I went out, pulled into the parking space, grabbed a handful of front brake and dropped it. So that failed, I had to do it again. My 125, I got sideswiped by a car when I was filtering. The Ninja 650, that was hilarious. So I stopped at a lights. I went to adjust my visor, and I think when I put my hand down, I hit the kill switch. I didn't realize. I was like, "Why is this bike not starting?" Then I went to get off without putting the side stand down. Forgot I had a Krieger pack on the back. Lost my balance and dropped. I was completely stopped and dropped. It was very embarrassing. The Z1000 doing U-turns, let it stall and dropped. That scratched the casing and a little bit of the exhaust, but mostly went on the crash bungs, which I had just fitted that day. And I dropped a Himalayan in a car park. I was maneuvering it back. I lost balance and it went the other way.
Yeah. It happens. Adam, done had any drops?
Yeah, once. I actually done my mod 1 training like before. I dropped my bike on my first lesson, my first mod 1 lesson, and then I didn't have a lesson again for 2 years after that.
Oh, right.
It just put me off. So yeah, my theory expired and everything, so I had to retake my theory, start learning again.
Yeah.
And then passed.
It's
It's
quite
not
a
easy
knock to
passing your test
confidence,
these
I
days.
think.
Yeah.
Sorry, Asher.
I was just going to say it's quite a big knock to your confidence when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah,
when you're out there.
definitely lost my confidence. So I didn't do it again. Well, I didn't do it for another 2 years.
If we're going to count those, then the first time I did my CBT many years ago, and then I didn't do anything for like 2 years, and it was about to expire, and I said, "Oh, I must do it now." So I signed up for like 3 days training on track at Mallory Park. So there's like a circuit-based training guy over there. He's really good, but I had done the CBT. I left it for 2 years. I hadn't ridden a bike, and I said, "Okay, I can do it. I can do it all in one go." And I was on circuit at Mallory Park, and I must have dropped it like half a dozen times. Every time I went to do a turn, I couldn't get the fact that do not grab the front brake. So I kept grabbing the front brake and kept dropping it. But
Yeah, I kept doing that. I don't know why it took.
It doesn't matter. Just pick it up.
I don't know why it took so long for me to stop doing that. I did that probably like 6-7 times where it's like, oh, just don't touch the brake when the bars aren't straight, and just don't do it and it won't fall over. Yeah, it took a little while to click.
I was thinking last week when we were speaking to Epic Motorcycle Adventures, and Saddle brought it up actually, that some people turn up on their CBT and they've never ridden a bike before. And that has always been so alien to me, because I thought most people would know by the time they get there, clutch control, or, just the basics of it. But some people literally have never literally ridden a bike before. And I took a bit getting used to in my head that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Did you not?
Yeah,
No,
that was me.
I don't even ride a car. So I had like no road experience whatsoever, and I'd done my CBT, and then 2 hours later, I was on the road.
Yeah,
just riding around.
Mad, isn't it? That's the same with me. I could barely even cycle. My balance was so bad. It's like signed you off and off you go. Like, cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't need to do a CBT when I got into bikes myself. So I literally went to the bike shop in Weston-super-Mare, and they had the RG125 there. I bought it, and the guy had to show me how the clutch and gears worked. I had no idea. And then I rode away because I had a car license. You didn't need to do a CBT. You didn't need to do any training. So it's like you fitted the L plates on, showed me where the clutch was, the gears were, and said, off you go. So how times change. I think CBT is a great idea.
The guy I sold my 125 to had done his CBT about 2 weeks before on a scooter. So the first time he was ever riding gears was riding my bike away from my house after he'd bought it.
Really?
I never heard. Hopefully he got home okay. It was about a year ago now.
Yeah. Bikes in the bush at the end of the road. Yeah.
Probably.
Didn't get
I had
any
a bit of a-
complaints.
I had a bit of a funny one this week. my lad come home from school and he said, "Oh, a motorbike's just crashed down the bottom of the road." So obviously, being a biker, you want to help people out, don't you? So I went down and had a look, and what had happened was this lady went round the corner, and there was a car at the junction, didn't move, and please do understand that this is what I'm gathering, okay, and what I'm told by others. Car didn't move, but it's almost like maybe she panic braked, maybe. But because the bike was combined braking and there was a drain in the road, just lost the front end and off she went. So just sat in the road. But the point I want to make really is that through that I went straight to it because I'd done the rider down course. I felt confident in going up to her and sort of checking her out and checking she was all right and doing all the normal, the right thing to check she could be moved out of the road. But unfortunately, there was already people there saying, "Oh no, don't touch her. Wait for the ambulance to come." And I thought, well, I think she's all right to stand up and move and all that. And sure enough, the ambulance turned up and they said, "Oh, are you okay walking to the stretcher?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm fine." But it's morally shock more than anything else. But two things from that. First of all, if I didn't do that biker down course, I probably just would have walked by and let somebody else get on with it. Secondly, I was right in what I was saying. I think it was right to get her out of the road, out of harm's way. So it's quite an interesting one. It's quite nice to know that I had the skills to go down and sort of assess it, really.
And you've got a good platform here to tell people that the biker down course is free. It's absolutely free. Just get in touch with your local fire and rescue service. Ask them when the dates are and book on it. It's a free course and it is brilliant. Absolutely invaluable.
You learn a lot. You do learn a lot from that. I certainly did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, it's well worth doing that one. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Have you done it, Aisha? Have you?
Yeah, I did it. I think it was last Feb. I did it. I actually wanted more like first aid training, but I found it was quite useful it wasn't like too first aid heavy. It was more like how you control the scene, how do you assess someone? Because like realistically, there's only so much you can do for someone anyway.
Yes.
But you can do things like you can make sure they're not in the middle of the road, for example. So it's quite helpful.
Yeah. And also some of the images they show you on the course where they show you pictures from, different angles of the road at different times of day, different sunlight and sun height. And you can't see the biker. You can't see the motorbike. You can't see the rider. Yeah. And it opens your eyes to how invisible we are. And until you see that and it's pointed out to you, you don't know how invisible, how dangerous it is for us. Not because, we all know about the, Smidsy, sorry, mate, didn't see you. But actually, very often, car drivers don't see us. And they talk about C cards and stuff like that, where car drivers don't see us. And unless you understand why they don't see us, you can't do things to avoid it happening to us, or, to yourself. It's a brilliant course.
Yeah.
I
was saying about...
I tried helping someone once. I was walking around Woolwich and I saw a guy just lying in the road. This is true. So I ran up there. I ran up this great big hill to go and see if he was okay. And he was just checking his water meter. I honestly thought he was just lying in the road. I felt like a bit of a twat.
What was this water meter doing down there?
Yeah, no, this water meter was like in the road for some reason. But
have you ever noticed
had you already started CPR at this point?
Everyone kind
yeah,
of
I was really kissing him. I gave him a Heimlich as well. I don't know what to do. My trousers around my ankles, everything.
What when in doubt?
Just done everything. Yeah,
right. Yeah, so I just wanted to point out actually your channel, Aisha. Part of the reason you're here really is that when I looked at your channel, it's quite, you're very fast at your delivery, aren't you? There's no like down times. You're like which is good. I mean that in a nice way, but it gives you loads of information quickly and you get it across nicely. And I think any biker that's learning to ride, whatever age really, your videos are very suited to them because you've shown your whole story, haven't you, all the way through.
Yeah, it's good to hear. I try and make the kind of videos that I like to watch, and I watch everything on double speed, which is why I talk so quickly because I'm used to hearing words at double speed. and a few people have told me to slow down. So I try
Yeah.
and do that. But yeah, I try and just make like concise 5 minutes. Here's some information about a thing. Go
Get
about
to the
your day,
point.
really. Yeah.
Yeah, even your
which is-
clothing video, I don't really watch clothing videos, but you've got quite a lot of gear, haven't you? You know, leather
Yeah,
jackets and
that
this,
video
that,
has
and the
done really
other.
well. Which was in a few days it had like 500-600 views, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that I've bought where it's like, you know, I wish I could just refund all of it and just buy one really nice set of kit. But you know, obviously you don't know until you do it. So that's kind of, I really wanted to make that video for like, you know, sometimes you find a bargain or you find something that's a bit cheap, and after 6 months, it's like I kind of wish I just went for something a bit nicer. Which is, it's good to, because you don't, like I say, you don't know until you've started doing it. So yeah, hopefully that helps someone.
I don't think you ever know, really, do you, with clothing? I think you've literally got to buy it and take a punt, really.
I keep doing that with motorbikes.
Yeah, we noticed. Yeah. Yeah, but it's good. It's good to have that fast delivery on the video because it keeps the viewer engaged, you know, and the topics that you cover as well are really good. But you've done a lot of racing as well, haven't you?
Racing, did you say?
Yeah, Santa Pod.
I drag raced my 125. I was hoping to be on my 400 by then, but I'd failed my mod 2, and I'd already booked the Santa Pod day, so I went up there just to watch, because it said that you weren't allowed on the strip with a provisional license. I thought I'm just going to join the queue and see if anyone tells me to get out, and they didn't. I went about 4 or 5 times. It was great.
Yeah,
I think the fastest run I did, I hit 60 miles an hour. But my rear tire was flat, and I wish I realized before I went, because I probably could have done 65. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, or 61.
Full level, just in case I came off at those breakneck speeds.
Yeah. Have any of you guys done Santa Pod?
No.
No. Right. Now it's quite a close race, this, Aisha, wasn't it? So you see if you can find out who won the race. All right. I'm gonna find it first. There it is.
I forgot I sent you the clip.
It was the top box.
It was really good value for
I
money.
hope Daniel got to the finish line first. As far as I'm concerned, you're the winner.
Top box.
It was good value for money. Every run took me about 5 minutes, so I got loads of time on the strip.
Yeah. What was that all about then? Was that an IAM day out thing? Was it? Or?
No, just so Santa Pod do the run what you brung days, where you can just show up on whatever, like car, bike, whatever. I think it's like 60 quid or 65, something like that to race. And you usually get about 1 run an hour, so you can spend the whole day and get like 5 or 6 runs.
Oh, really?
It's worth doing, like just for fun. There's like, and then you might end up getting into drag racing, which is
we
not
should
good.
do that.
What's
that would be a good video.
Yeah, it's worth doing. It's like fairly low commitment financially, which is good. But if you want to do a track day, it's what, like 200-300 quid. I think it's in Peterborough. I might be wrong. Let me check.
Is it? Yeah.
I haven't got
that'd be
anything
good.
It's in Wellingborough.
What's that, Saddle?
I haven't got a bike suitable now. I'm going to do it on the Nomad.
Yeah,
that's what you should do it on.
You and Phil, Harley against the Kawasaki.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm up for that. I'll take
mine. 290.
I have no idea who would win it, but at least spectators will have something to watch for a good 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just going to shuffle you around a minute. Is that right? No. I'll just leave it like that. No. Oh, I'll leave it like that. Right, next question I have for you guys. What do you think of my loan bike at the moment? Thoughts?
All right,
it looks really good.
Very nice.
It does. Yeah, it's
looks great.
Does. It's a Chinese brand, basically. And obviously it's still Italian designed. Got Brembo brakes, backlit switch gear, TFT screen. It's really impressive. I've only ridden it around the block at the moment because the weather's been so bad. But yeah, it's a really nice bike, actually. I'm really quite enjoying it. So I'm hoping to get a few miles on that. I've got it for 4 weeks as well, which is quite a treat as well. So
you sent me a video of that bike. Do you want to explain that little video that you sent me by accident?
oh, I can't remember what it was now, Adam. No, I'm scared now. What was it again?
You just said "in it" about 20 times in a 30-second.
Oh, that's right.
Video.
Yeah. Me and my mate have got this thing where we say, "Oh, that's all right, isn't it? That's all right, isn't it? That's all right, isn't it?" But I sent it to Adam instead by accident, so he probably got it thinking, "What the hell's this?"
I did. I thought he was having like a stroke or something.
yeah. I sent it to the wrong
Rider.
person, but yeah, no, it's a good little bike actually. But same with all these Chinese bikes, even the good ones need to get the dealership network set up, or else it's, no point, is it? But I think they've got a few dotted around sort of central UK, but there's not much down here. Thor Motorcycles sell them down here.
Yeah, one down Bobman.
That's the one by Dane Bardman. Yeah, that's the one.
Bobman.
There. Yeah, but they're good. Yeah, it's a good little bike. I think it's the same engine as the ER6. I think, allegedly. Don't quote me on that. I've got to check that out. But yeah, pretty cool bike. Any other questions for Aisha? Anyone? No.
Not at the moment, no.
Cool. I think I've pretty much covered everything now. I'm just looking at my list here.
Oh, does she have any questions for us?
Good question.
What?
I can't say that I do off the top of my head. You put me on the spot now.
Who's the best looking out of all of us?
Probably me.
Yeah, what's that?
All right, well, we'll wrap it up then. Anyway, if you haven't given the video a like yet, folks, if you would, that would be much appreciated. Still got 35 on, so that's pretty good. Been on nearly an hour. This is going to be changed into a podcast, so bear in mind that I have got the podcast going now, which is available on Spotify and Apple, iTunes, and probably another 9 or 10 different other platforms. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be doing that for, because it doesn't really pay. It costs about £100 and something a year to run, and I'm not really getting the views. But if you could, if you are signed up to Spotify or anything like that, then if you could do whatever you do on there, like it and review it or whatever, that'd be great. Be very much appreciated. Aisha, thank you so much for coming on today and
thanks for
sharing
having me.
your story.
Good to meet you all and chat to you.
Nice to meet you, Aisha.
Yeah, that's me.
And
Thanks.
do check out Aisha's channel on YouTube, Aysha Rides. I've got a banner here somewhere. Oh, I tell you what, I was going to ask you actually, Aisha. You got 1,100 subscribers, or is it more than that now?
Mad, isn't it? Yeah, 1,130 or something, 30, 40.
That's great.
Crazy.
Are you monetizing?
What's that, sorry?
You going to monetize?
I haven't yet. Maybe if it grows a bit more, but I like doing it as a hobby. I like just sharing information. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's great. I did never imagined it. So yeah, very happy. And thank you for the support for everyone who's subbed.
No worries. Yeah. Keep up the good work, and thanks for coming along. And everybody, let's say, have a look at her channel, Aisha Rides, and certainly if you know a rider that's coming into biking, then she's a great one to watch to sort of guide people through. Thanks for everyone coming along. Very much appreciated. New Biker, Saddlebag 73, Western Super Motor Vlog. And Adam, you've only been on for 5 minutes, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
No, thanks for coming along there, mate. Much appreciated.
He's not getting the full appearance fee, is he?
Yeah. I get more than that. Yeah, get more than that.
Right. Okay. Thanks, everyone, and to all the comments in the side chat. I'd like to say thank you to Bandit Man UK, Simon Gilbert, Jim Sadler. Motor Marini went bust in 2009. Quite right, Jim. And then they were bought out by the Chinese, and it's a Chinese company now. And then it's going on from there. The Old Man, Flat Cap Racer, brilliant, mate. Great to have you here. Thank you, Uncle Red, Pooley. You've been quite active in the comments today. Thank you very much, my friends. Lady J Rider. Andy GSA, Bandit Man UK, and Jury Rides. Yeah, everyone who's come along. So German Jobbies, thanks a lot. Okay, guys, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.
Ciao.
Thanks, Aisha. Cheers,
Bye.
guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.